Senator Bernie Sanders unveiled his version of the Green New Deal today. If you were hoping he would announce he's never going to fly on a private jet again, you're going to be disappointed. He's going to continue to do that avidly. You're not allowed to, but he's going to. No, his plan is this: spend $16 trillion. That's a lot. It's 10 times as much as Joe Biden's plan. In fact, it's 50 grand for every single person in America. What could you do with that money? I mean, what couldn't you do? Send everyone in the country to college for 4 years? Sanders says his plan will pay for itself somehow, and of course by that he means you will pay for it, whether you want to or not. Daniel Turner is Executive Director of Power of the Future, and he joins us tonight to explain what is in this plan. Mr. Turner, thanks very much for coming on
Thanks
tonight.
for having me back.
So Bernie's going to continue to fly private. Yeah. All of them do.
Of course.
But what does this mean for the rest of us?
Yeah, it means an awful existence because it will be the end of America as we know it. This is not a climate change plan. This is not an environmental plan. This is a socialist manifesto written by grammatically incompetent, angry...
Wait, stop right there.
First line. The very first line, my mother, who was an English teacher, would have ripped it up on the spot and said, do it again. The first line has a serious grammar error.
Can I just note one thing? I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you, but the people in charge, among their many other sins, are dumb.
Yeah.
A lot of them are dumb.
And angry.
And angry, but because they went to Harvard, they sort of have you on the defensive, like they know a lot, I'm an expert. Yeah. Actually, a lot of them are just like mouth-breathing morons. Yeah. Can I say that?
Absolutely. They're dumb. They're very, very angry. There are phrases like Bernie Sanders will welcome the hatred of the oil executives.
What?
Exactly. I read it, and I didn't really understand what that even means. So yes, they are very, very dumb, but because this is climate change and because it's the environment, they get away with so much more that your average person would be told to go pound sand. So things like, $2 trillion given to people to buy electric vehicles. Well, what does it do when we pour all this money into the education system? Did the price of tuition go up or did it go down? So we're going to pour $2 trillion into buying electric vehicles. What is that going to do to the prices? We sold 400,000 electric vehicles last year. We sold 17 million regular vehicles. So is there an infrastructure to meet the demand of vehicle requirements as electric vehicles? This proposal is so devoid of physics, economics, math. I mean, simple math, high school, elementary school math. It's an abomination.
So China is the biggest carbon emitter and the biggest polluter in the world by far.
And the biggest beneficiary of this plan.
So does any part of the plan say, look, this is an existential threat to life on this planet. We're gonna go to war with China unless they stop building coal plants. Does it say that?
No, and not only that, it promises $200 billion to other nations to help them implement a Green New Deal. Exactly. So not only are we going to destroy our economy, but we're going to fund other nations to help them buy solar panels from China. Of course China wants this. The China emissary in the climate change conference just the other day was saying that he hopes America re-enters the Paris Climate Accords. Of course they want America in the Paris Climate Accords because it only benefits them.
I'm obsessed with this one point. I'm going to bring it up again.
Please.
Does it say anything about planting trees? If you really believed that the climate was changing because of carbon emissions, you would want to plant trees to absorb the carbon. I love trees. I think we should plant trees, actually.
Sure.
But nobody on the left wants to do that because it doesn't give them power. Does this plan mention that?
No, it does talk about the Amazon on fire, but it makes it sound like this is caused by climate change, which is not. The fires in the Amazon are man-made, and they're tragic. Right? They are tragic, but they're not caused by climate change. If you follow their philosophy of what causes climate change, I don't agree with their philosophy or their beliefs because it's not scientific. It's opinion. If you follow their beliefs, there are things that they should encourage people to do. We should all get off the internet. Right? We should all stop using any sort of private jet, like you just said. Right? Prince Harry, he gave a barefoot speech about climate change, but he's been on a private jet 4 times in 11 days. One private jet flight has as much of a carbon footprint as the average human's year. Prince Harry, you could be as barefoot as you want.
I'm not sure exactly who Prince Harry is, but barefoot rich people flying in private planes lecturing the rest of us about climate change can be quiet.
Socialism for us, but not for them.
Well, that's always the plan. Daniel Turner, great to see you as always.
Thank you very much.